If you like cardio, I'm gonna say this at the end. If you like some sort of cardiovascular exercise, and because I've trained people who want to lose weight for a while, you can add it in at the end because you like it, not because you think doing it is gonna burn more fat, because it's not. I promise you. It's just a little bit harder. How did you make the fight not even being put What's up, y'all? It's me again. I'm back. Like I said, I'd be back. Don't pay attention to this. My team's not doing so well. But still a pretty nice shirt. Anyways, the reason why you guys are here isn't because of my sweet shirt. You guys want to know how to tone up in 2024. To be honest, how to tone up in 2024 is how you tone up in 2023. Tone up, you get what I'm trying to say. But I wanted to make this video especially, it's really hot here. I wanted to make this video especially for the ladies. The ladies that are watching. Gents, you can, tune in and listen, of course, because there's always things anyone can learn. But this is mainly for the ladies because I know from experience and because I've trained so many ladies, the fact that I use tone up should tell you that guys don't say I want to tone up. Even though they want the same thing. Guys will say I want to get lean. Ladies will say I want to tone up, which is kind of the same, which is basically the same thing. So the things I want to just talk about quickly is when you're trying to tone up, ladies, you might see, let's say you started your gym journey a while ago and someone who started telling you how to exercise and whatever said, let's start with some cardio. Let's start by doing the treadmill. Let's start by running. And all these things are not necessarily bad because it's still activity. It's still ameliorating your health in some way because let's say you were sedentary and you didn't do anything. It's still better than not doing anything. You know what I mean? So, but to further move the needle, your metabolism needs to be cranking the calories. You need to be burning a lot of calories because you can't keep burning more calories in the gym. You can't do, let's say you do 30 minutes of cardio and then you hit a plateau. Okay, and the weight's not going anywhere. The centimeters aren't going anywhere anymore. Then you need to continue to up the stimulus for the deficit to continue, right? Because you have to be in a negative energy balance if you're trying to lose weight, that is. So then you continue to up it. Then you go 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, hour. Once it hits an hour on the treadmill, it's like, And low-key, most of us don't want to even be on the treadmill for that long. Okay, so the thing I'm trying to get to here is just having that mentality of I'm just going to do or burn more calories in the gym is a losing one. Like it'll work initially because obviously you did nothing and nothing is better than something. So your body is going to say, oh, cool, we're doing something. But eventually it's not going to work. But what I want you to try, ladies, and if you haven't tried this already, and people who maybe already are implementing this can tell you is, I want you to stop focusing on cardio so much and resistance train. Now I know resistance training might be intimidating. It might be like, all those sweaty dudes over there, or you're gonna be checking my ass out, or whatever it might be. But resistance training is great and building muscle is great because we're not going to count on being in the gym and burning more calories as our way to continue our energy, our negative energy balance. With resistance training and building muscle, we're going to speed up our own metabolism and burn more calories at rest. So the more metabolically active tissue, muscle, skeletal muscle that we have, the more our metabolism is going to be roaring. So the more we can do that and know if you lift weights as a woman, you're not going to get jacked. You're not going to get huge. Unless you're a female bodybuilder and you might be on some other exogenous hormones. But you're not going to get huge, ladies. I promise you. I promise you, I promise you. I'll see if I can put some pictures of some ladies that I've trained here who are not huge, who've resistance trained using the same exercises as guys, same periodization schemes in terms of how they progress their training over time, and it's worked for them. Okay, so focus on strength training, focus on getting stronger in the gym. When you eat, focus on getting your protein in. Protein being fish, eggs, beef, what else? Chicken. All those lean sources of protein are the best. You can add some whey in there in terms of its bioavailability. It's pretty good. Don't make supplements like your it thing, because they're not. But like, protein is the ish. Especially because it produces satiety, especially because so many of our body's structures like ligaments, muscles, tendons, all are comprised of proteins. So we need that stuff. That stuff is actually one of the most critical macronutrients we can have in our diets. So really, it's not just about muscle, but protein is very essential. But so yeah, make sure that your protein is really good. How do you know how much protein to get? Whatever your weight is, if you're in South Africa like me. So I'm about 85 kilos. I'll times my kg, my weight in kgs, times 2.2. That'll give me my weight in pounds. That's about 187 pounds. So then I'll aim for 187. Try hit that number more often than not. Some days you're going to miss it. Some days you might even go over. But chances are, if you're starting this process, you're probably going to miss it a little bit. But just have that target in mind. Okay. From there, like I said, resistance train progressively. If you don't know how to do that, watch one of my older videos. I think I made a video on that. Maybe hire a personal trainer that you trust. And I think that's everything. I think if you like cardio, I'm going to say this at the end. If you like some sort of cardiovascular exercise, and because I've trained people who want to lose weight for a while, you can add it in at the end because you like it, not because you think doing it is going to burn more fat, because it's not. I promise you. If you like a certain cardio modality and it makes you feel, I had a client, her name, I probably shouldn't say her name, but she loved running. She loved running because it made her feel alive at the end of her session. So I was like, okay, let's not run it at the beginning of the session, of the resistance training session, because that can take away from how much energy output we can, get in there in the gym, and how heavy we can go in the gym. So let's move your cardio or your running afterwards. We might do some sort of intervals with the running, but we can still keep that in there because you love it and it makes you feel alive. We can keep that in there, not because it's going to burn more fat, not because sweating more is going to make you see results faster. Speaking of sweating more, I'm dying. Durban heat. But also, you might have to find yourself doing something called a reverse diet, especially if you got into that trap of prioritizing cardiovascular stuff until you hit that plateau of nothing else is happening now and you can't keep adding more. You might have to do a reverse diet where, like I said, you prioritize strength training. You start to get your calories up. If, let's say, they're at 1.1, aim to get them maybe at 2,000. Not over a month, not over 3 months, maybe even over a year, maybe over 6 months even. But aim to get them back up there. Once you reach that 2,000 in terms of your calories, then you'll start doing something called a cut, where you'll start to peel back. Maybe you'll go from 2,000 to 1.9, and from 1.9 to 1.8. And even then, take your time. Usually the more you take your time with these kind of phases, the longer it's gonna last. I know it sucks, but when you rush results, like a lot of things, like even in business or whatever, it just takes time. Okay, it takes time. Just be realistic with yourself. Take your time. You will see the results. If you don't, you know where to find me. And I will help you in any way that I can. Don't worry about the weights area. Those guys are not going to do anything to you. If they do, tell them I said. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. I will see you guys in the next one. I will continue to try to be as consistent as I can. Goodbye.